Believe it or not, there are a few things happening in the month of April when it comes to the MMO space. I usually don't do these what's happening this month type of videos, but if this is something that you want me to continue doing, like and subscribe and let me know in the comment section below. I figured I would fill you guys in with what is actually happening this month because I'm looking up shit when it comes to MMOs non-stop constantly anyways. Also, really quick plug, be sure to follow me on Twitch, my main platform. I am streaming MMO content daily over there. New games, old games, beta tests, launch, anything, all the time. So come join me on that platform. Chances are I might be playing some random ass game that might be entertaining for you to watch. All right, so what do we got going on? We're going to be going through this in chronological order, starting with the first game on the list, which technically isn't April. It's March 31st. Black Desert Mobile. Black Desert Mobile is releasing a new PC client with fresh servers, and this is supposed to be a remastered version. Remember back in the day when Black Desert had their remastered version for their PC client? Yeah, they're doing that again with their mobile client. Mobile remastered Black Desert with a more optimized PC client, which, yeah, I don't know how much better the PC client's going to make it, but I would imagine it's for sure better than playing on an emulator right now. So personally, I always thought Black Desert was the best mobile MMORPG out of all the mobile games I've played, but obviously, you know, it's a mobile MMO at the end of the day. So if you're looking for a PC game, this is probably not it. Seeing as I've always had a soft spot for Black Desert, regardless of the monetization, I am planning on checking this one out on the 31st. If you guys are interested in checking out the game, be sure to join me on Twitch. I will be streaming some Black Desert Mobile along with my community on the 31st. The second game we have on this list is a smaller title that a lot of you guys probably haven't heard of. Heroes Destiny open beta test April 1st through 15th, a 15-day period. I'll be honest, there's not much I know about this game other than what's written on the Steam page, but as far as I can tell, this seems to be more of a traditional MMO with both PvP and PvE content. One of the notable standout features for me personally was the guild content. There seems to be some guild content there, which includes GVGs. I'm a huge sucker for GVGs. However, the big claim with this game is that there is no pay to win and there is no auto farm. Combat-wise, it seems to be, again, action combat. They do talk about a combo-based system. If this is something that you're interested in playing, you will have to go to their Discord in order to get an access key for the beta test. I just went to their Discord. I had to submit my email, and then they emailed me the Steam key pretty much right away. So this game does seem pretty interesting. I'm not expecting a high level of polish here. I'm expecting a smaller budget game, feeling like a smaller budget game. I'll be streaming this on Twitch, so once again, come follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming this April 1st. The next game we've got on the list is the Elder Scrolls Online Season 0 launch. This is happening on April 2nd. This is a game slash event slash expansion, however you want to label it, that I covered recently. I'll drop a link to that video in the description below that pretty much covers everything you need to know in regards to this. But TLDR, this is essentially their expansion slash new update slash new direction for their game. They're restructuring their game. Along with this update, you can expect the new Tamriel Tomes, which is their new battle pass system, along with the Gold Coast Bazaar, which is more or less their new in-game store with rewards, as well as new PvP content. There is a new overland difficulty option that they're including in this big expansion update, where you can adjust the difficulty of the open world along with other non-instance content. However, I don't know if this specifically is dropping on the 2nd or if this is later in the season. Let me know in the comment section below if you know exactly when this specifically is supposed to drop. Regardless, April 2nd, ESO Season 0, that's happening. The next game on the list is another mobile game. Legend of Ymir has its Steam launch happening April 6th. Now, this is a Steam exclusive, meaning the previous iterations, the previous servers, the mobile servers will not be connected to these servers. Think of this as a Steam exclusive, Steam only launch. There will be 3 Steam servers available, and with this update, they are also dropping the new Rune Fighter class, their martial artist class. There is a pre-registration happening available until the launch. I believe those are exclusive rewards, so be sure to pre-register on their website if this is something that you want to play or check out at the very least. If you are curious about this game, or maybe you haven't heard of it, this is just a standard mobile MMORPG. I know this is a Steam exclusive now, but this is a mobile game at the end of the day, so expect the same modern day Unreal Engine 5 mobile MMORPG elements, with combat being static, auto combat. You're sitting there just It's a farming simulator. I feel like I don't have to mention the monetization because mobile MMOs, obviously, pay to win. The next game we have on the list might be of interest to you if you like Pokemon or you want to play a Pokemon-like MMORPG. Lugh World, or Lugh World, I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, is happening early access April 8th on Steam. It's a monster taming MMORPG that reminds me of pretty much Pokemon, a Pokemon MMORPG, another iteration of it. Capture and evolve beings. You can control your human character from what it looks like. You can also control the Pokemon or the beings that you capture as well. There are real-time battles, and there's also PvP, which kind of looks interesting. I really am not sure how this game is going to play, but it looks kind of cool. If I ever wanted to play, or if I ever did play a Pokemon MMORPG, this looks like it could maybe hit for me. Like a lot of the other titles on this list, I'm not expecting a AAA polished experience here. I am expecting more of a budget indie experience, but hey, if the gameplay is fun, that's great, and hopefully they don't get sued by Nintendo for being too Pokemon-like. I really don't know much outside of what's written on their Steam page, but they are describing their game as a massive online adventure, and as far as I can tell, you are quite literally playing with other players in real time. So definitely something that I would check out if you are into the concept of a Pokemon MMORPG. Second to last game on this list, unfortunately, is not releasing in the West. Instead, it's releasing in China only on April 10th. Honor of Kings World, which is an open world version or iteration of the Honor of Kings IP, the successful MOBA IP that Tencent put out a while back. They have a quote-unquote MMORPG-like version of this game. However, I don't think this is actually an MMORPG, and I've noticed they haven't been even marketing their game as an MMORPG. It's being, I believe, listed or written, labeled, I should say, as an open world action RPG. I'm inclined to believe it's not an MMORPG based off of the gameplay footage that I've seen. It kind of reminds me of a Genshin Impact like game, only with more online multiplayer features. Not quite MMORPG, but also minus the gacha and minus like the hero swapping and stuff. I believe you play one character and you have a class-based system, which is great. I personally prefer that in my MMOs, even if this is not quite an MMO. I prefer that in my online action RPGs. I believe you can join up to 4 people in co-op, and I do believe there's also PvP that they have showcased in their most recent gameplay trailer, which should be playing on your screen right now. Other MMO elements such as life skilling, crafting, these types of things are also present in this game. I genuinely do not believe this is an MMORPG, but an MMO-like. Regardless, we'll be able to find out for ourselves what exactly this game is on April 10th. I'll be playing it on Twitch, so once again, come follow me on that platform. The last game we have on this list is the game that most MMORPG Andies are being hopeful for. Scars of Honor. Their public test is happening on April 30th. This is going to be a 10-day beta test with scheduled content. Feel free to check out their Discord if you guys are curious as to what each day is going to entail. But this game is, in my opinion, likely to be the biggest Western MMORPG new title of 2026. This isn't a huge budget AAA massive Blizzard NCSoft big funding like game. This is a smaller, what seems to be indie studio, but not really smaller and may not be indie because it does seem like they have a lot of backing and they actually have a lot of people on their team. So it's like a game that seems to come across as indie, but isn't actually technically indie by the definition of indie, right? This is a theme park MMORPG with PvE and instance PvP content, so just expect a more traditional MMORPG. If you want more details to this game, I will link my podcast I had with the owner linked in the description below. I pretty much ask him everything there is to ask about the game, and he's been very open and upfront about it. This game has a lot of publicity right now for those who have heard of it or have been following it, mainly because the owner of this game is just, he's saying all the right things. The expectation level is at an insane high, but you know what? We all need something to cope on, right? I have no idea how good this game is actually going to be, but the gameplay does look pretty good and the story is pretty nice, and I think we all want to believe in that story. Regardless, a lot of eyes will be on Scars of Honor on April 30th when we can all get our hands on the game. If you guys want to check out the game for yourselves, all you got to do is go to their Steam page and request access. Everyone that requests access should get access to the game on April 30th. I, of course, will be streaming the shit out of it as well on Twitch once again. And that's gonna pretty much wrap this one up, guys. Let me know if there's any game on this list that actually piqued your interest. Also, let me know if this is something that you would like to see me continue to do, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.